The leader of the musical group that you just saw. Dairon, welcome to the studio.
Thank you. Thank you for being back, matter of fact.
And you were on here once before.
Was it May of last year? I believe it was May of last year.
Yeah.
Probably. I can't take credit. She remembered it.
I remembered because I have the CD.
Yes.
So I remembered.
Oh, that's how it is. Okay. So refresh the viewer's memory for those who are seeing you maybe for the first time also. How did you and the girls and the boys get together?
Well, when I first came last year, I was promoting my first debut album, which is Suffocating My Heart from Loving, which she's referencing to. Believe it or not, though, as we were closing out last year's show, I was singing a song that I just did right now towards the new album, which is Sex, but S.EX, which stands for Spontaneously Exposed, which I've just finished recording in February of this year, and now I'm going to be elongating the album, so it should be out later on this year. And in terms of the dances that you guys were seeing, experiences through life, I must say I'm trying to think who we have. So we have Pavia Laura, which I would actually want to bring them over here. Come on. We have Pavia Laura. I actually have known her since she was 11 years old. I worked at the YWCA, and I was to see her dance. She was one of my first dance students ever. And now she's 19. So we've done many things together. My younger sister, Teresa Santana.
Excellent. Look at that. It's a family of like talent.
Little sister who's 15. Also, I was her first dance instructor, which she ended up joining our dance group Controversy, and then I ended up taking the whole group. We had two separate divisions. I ended up taking her with me when the group basically had dismantled. I took her under my wing. And then we have one of my choreographers. We have Ruben Gonzalez. Come on over, please. Now, funny story with Ruben is that we were from competing dance groups. So when people see us together, they're like, "You guys like each other?" Because it was like a big rivalry. It was like this major thing back in like 2005. So people really can't believe that we have gotten so close. And even to this day, like I'll call them up. I can't believe I'm even talking to you on the phone. It's been like about a year. It's like I'm not even supposed to like you. And then last but not least, we have Eladio Rosario. Come on over. Sorry for pronouncing your name incorrectly. Now, let me make sure he gets in the shot here. A sad thing, but also a very positive thing, is that he actually one of the last of the few to audition for the group Controversy, which he didn't make it for our last audition, but he actually kept on striving, kept on going to dance classes, and he's actually now supporting me in terms of my artistry. So everyone here who's with me, we all basically have come up together, and of course, obviously my younger sister, but it's been a history. And so I can't take the full credit. Like the choreography that you just saw has been redone. Also, Eric Andrickson, who was here last year, had done the piece itself, and we have reworked it. But Ruben has done some awesome work, and we all have collaborated together so nicely. The team is so much stronger this year than it was last year, and I know so much more of the industry than I did last year. So I'm trying to basically make up for the mistakes that I made.
Excellent. Así que, I'm going to say a little bit in Spanish.
Sure.
Así que básicamente aquí tenemos el grupo, ¿verdad? La composición musical, que ya hablamos con Dairon, pero también tenemos a su hermana, que está al lado izquierdo de él, y aquí tenemos a una bailarina que lleva muchísimos años con él, lleva desde los 11 años y ahora tiene 19, y atrás de él estaba explicando la historia de el coreógrafo del grupo, y a la derecha está uno de los bailarines que también pasó mucho trabajo para estar con ellos en este grupo musical que se llama Controversy, ¿no? Controversia. Yes. Es el grupo de los bailarines, y él dice que este año ha sido, ¿verdad?, un año de mucho aprendizaje del mundo musical, de la coreografía, y que hasta el coreógrafo eran rivales antes y ahora están unidos por este grupo musical.
Now, the type of music that you do and the type of group this is there a struggle between what's more important, the songs or the dancing? Music or the dancing?
I must say it's a mistake. People have, what's really funny, I started out singing. I always loved singing, so I was younger, like I'm 10, 11. But I was singing to myself. I was very scared to sing in front of a crowd. And then as I got over that, I'm like, I know I have rhythm. And so I need to join some sort of dance team. So I did do that. And people totally forgot that I could sing. And then I was dancing for so long, and then I went back into singing, and people forgot that I could dance. So for the first album, I'm doing all these ballads and everything else, which in today's music, people are downloading music. So it's like, you really need to give out a live performance. So for this record, I wanted to, I can do both. Why not just do it? And that's why this record is all up-tempo music. And people always ask me, how do you categorize your music? And really, I say it as I'm bringing R&B to genres of music that needs harmonies, that needs warmth to it, but also you can dance to it. Also, as this time around, I'm 25 years old, so I'm not singing teeny bopper songs, and I will admit that, but also I am an example, and I know that as well too. So I basically, live, I will tend to change words because of my audience. I don't want to put out a negative example, but at the same time, if I have an adult audience, I can say certain things, and because they know as an adult, but we've been there. So I would just say, in terms of this record itself, I really wanted to show people that I can give them the full-out performance. I can hit the notes, but at the same time, I can do a 5, 6, 7, 8 and be in tune with the dancers. So this is what our goal is now, and it's much different because now it's funny if I'm not singing the music. So if I try to lip sing, I don't get the dance. Like I have to sing, like in the studio, like I have to sing the whole time. Or if I'm just resting my voice, I'm not singing. For some reason, I can't get it, so I'll never lip sync a show.
And Dairon,
that's a good thing.
I wanted to ask him, any performances coming up or anywhere people can
Yes.
see you or get your CD?
Yes. Well, tomorrow, I am still from Lawrence, and tomorrow in Methuen, Massachusetts, right next door, it's at Paul's Pub. I'm doing a function there. It's 91 Broadway Street in Methuen, Mass. 01844. It's actually free admission.
Oh, awesome.
It's a 21 plus event though. The doors open at 8 and the show will begin between 9 and 9:15. It's a 20-minute segment. You will see these wonderful dancers as well. More of an intimate setting. And for other shows coming up, I know for the Bread and Roses Festival for September 6th is coming up. So we'll be doing that also in Lawrence, which is the history of Lawrence and the Bread and Roses strike, which I really just started to learn about this year, which that my city, and I should say our city, has so much history behind it that I wasn't really aware of. And then we will have other shows coming up during the summer that I'm not 100% sure yet because the contracts are out there, so I can't clarify, but in terms of what is definite is tomorrow night and also September 6th.
Excellent.
Great. One more question. Do you do any other language like Spanish in your music?
Well, I'm actually triracial. I'm Black, Puerto Rican, Chinese. And the first clip of the song I just sang was off my first record, which I wasn't going to sing in Spanish for, who knows? My Spanish really isn't all that great. As you can tell in the lyrics, they're very simplistic, and I was just testing it out when I was 17. So I mainly sing in English, but I will be going back and forth. And in terms of, also I did skip a question from you guys earlier, in terms of the latest record, you can receive the EP version, which is just like 4 songs. It's not a complete album, but it is out there as I perform live. You can only get it when I perform live. So when you do purchase it, you actually can email me, and I will send you another free track as well. On the record, so you can have half of it.
Awesome.
Well, thank you very much
Thank
for
you,
joining us
Dairon.
here.
Thank you, guys.
And we're going to have more upcoming songs from Dairon and his group. I want to remind you also to call in 617-708-3290 later on in the show when dog trainer Lenny Scarano will answer your questions about dog training, dog breeding, dog obedience, and anything to do with dogs.
I think you've covered it all, Leonard.
You think so? Okay.
So we'll be right back.